Good morning and welcome back. This is week 4 of sports betting, and today I'm going to be betting on the MLB games occurring today. But before we get to that, let me do a quick recap of what happened last week. Overall, I went 8 for 14 and made a profit of 61.1k, so not too bad. Not as efficient as last time, but I ended up making more money, so my underdogs hit. My biggest win was Oban Elliott over Preston Parson. Oban was a plus 114 underdog, so I ended up winning 21.4k, betting 10k on him. My biggest loss, I didn't know which one to choose between. I was either going to say Bruna Brazil over Molly McCann or Bilal Muhammad over Leon Edwards. I can't be really mad at Molly McCann. Watching the fight in the first round, she caught a kick straight to the crotch, like a knee, full force, right there. I don't know how she kept going, to be honest. So to be able to just finish that fight after a hit so flush in the no square, I'm not mad at Meatball Molly. Now, Bilal over Leon, I am disappointed in that fight. Leon Edwards gave Bilal a run for his money at the end, landed some big elbows. Wasn't close to finishing the fight, but kind of made you wonder if he could pull off the upset again. You can never count Leon Edwards out of a fight. In the post-fight interview, he said he felt tired all week, but I wouldn't be discouraged. He's gonna come back and be ready to go. He said he wants to get another fight in before this year's over. On the other hand, Bilal Muhammad is riding high. He has earned the respect of all UFC fans, given us a remember his name, but he was reported saying, I beat Leon Edwards, who beat Kamaru Usman, and Usman was said to be the second best welterweight ever behind GSP. Bilal Muhammad said it isn't his goal to be champion, he wants to be the best welterweight ever. And he was reported saying this. His logic was, well, Leon beat Kamaru Usman, who was like second best, but I beat Leon, so that puts me at second best under GSP. Yeah, let that sink in for a little bit. I wouldn't mind to see him get humbled. Lost me money, now he's comparing himself to GSP. Anyway, on to the MLB bets for today. Yesterday was the trade deadline. What did you learn about your team? I'll tell you what I learned about the Tigers. It certainly appears to be another rebuild year. They got rid of Andrew Chafin, Jack Flaherty, and Mark Canha for prospects. So building the future once again. We'll see how they finish out this year. Hopefully they can end above 500. That would be a lot of fun to see. But I'm not betting on them today. My first bet of the day is the Phillies over the Yankees. I know the Yankees won last night, and they have not been as cold as they have been lately. They're hitting great, putting up a lot of runs. Part of that is Jazz Chisholm Jr. He has hit four home runs in his first 3 Yankees games. That is officially a record. But the games have been close. Even with the Yankees batting really well, the games have been close. Last night was the longest game so far this MLB season. It was very close, went into extra innings. The difference could be the starting pitching. Nestor Cortez is 0-5 at away games with a 6.18 ERA. Very hittable away. Plus, in his last 5 games, Nestor has given up nearly 4 runs a game and has an 0-5 record. He would really need to catch on quick to shut down a phenomenal Phillies offense. On the other hand, the Phillies starter, Christopher Sanchez, is 6-2 at home with a 1.75 ERA. He is 1-4 in his last 5, but only ended up giving up about just under 3 runs a game. So he's dealing. His record doesn't show it, but he's pitching great. I'm taking the Phillies over the Yankees. Up next, Orioles over the Blue Jays. Kikuchi the Blue Jays pitcher Kikuchi gave up 1 run against the Blue Jays last outing, but in the last 5 he has given up 4 earned runs a game. Grayson Rodriguez, the pitcher for the Orioles, also gave up only 1 run his last outing against the Blue Jays, but in the last 5 he has given up just over 2 earned runs a game. So Grayson Rodriguez is pitching a lot more efficiently than Kikuchi right now. Even though they both seem to enjoy the matchup and the teams they're facing, Kikuchi has not been as sharp as Rodriguez. And of course the Orioles offense is more efficient than the Blue Jays. To make it even worse, Bo Bichette is out of the lineup. The third bet, I'm taking Twins over the Mets. For me, this one was very difficult to choose. The pitching matchup is close despite Pablo Lopez's 4.73 ERA to Luis Severino's 3.58. Pablo Lopez's ERA seems a little inflated. Lately he's been pitching very well, giving up just over 2 earned runs per game in his last 5. Severino and the Mets, even though Severino hasn't been pitching bad, they give up a lot of walks. The Mets are second worst in the MLB as far as giving up walks. They give up a ton of them. Offensive productivity is close, but the Twins can capitalize off the walks. If they get free base runners with their slugging percentage, an extra base hit could get them home. Next, I'm taking the Braves over the Brewers. The Brewers are better offensively at everything except home runs and slugging percentage. But Chris Sale is pitching. Chris Sale is pitching for the Braves, and he has been nearly unhittable. He has a 2.66 ERA at away games. He is first in win-loss in the MLB at 13-3. He is 6th in ERA overall with a 2.68 ERA. He's 5th in strikeouts with 149 and 2nd in whip with .72. He is dealing. He's going to be a problem for the Brewers. If Chris Sale pitches well, the Braves should have no problem winning this one. I'm picking the Braves. Next, the Royals over the White Sox. Brady Singer is 3-0 against the White Sox, only giving up 3 earned runs. Drew Thorpe faced KC once and through 6 innings gave up no runs. So that doesn't look bad for the White Sox. However, last outing, he pitched .2 innings, gave up 6 hits, and 8 earned runs. So Thorpe really needs to have a bounce-back game here, and it's not going to be the easiest matchup against the Royals. The White Sox have a sluggish offense. On top of that, they are down Yoan Moncada. So I'm taking the Royals over the White Sox. Next, give me the Texas Rangers. I'm taking them beating the St. Louis Cardinals. This is a very close matchup. If you look at the starting pitch-up matchup, however, I think this could be the huge difference in the game. Andrew Heaney versus Sonny Gray. Andrew Heaney has given up 8 earned runs in his last 5 to Sonny Gray's 21. I'm going to go Andrew Heaney, Sonny Gray. So the first number is Heaney, second number is Sonny Gray. 2 home runs to 5 home runs. 8 walks to 5 walks. 30 strikeouts to 35 strikeouts. And 22 hits to 39 hits. So Sonny Gray has given up less walks, and he has struck out more people, but he has given up a lot more runs and a lot more hits. On top of that, 2 of Heaney's last 5 were against the Orioles. The Orioles' offense is phenomenal. To be able to come out with such a clean and efficient looking stat line after facing the Orioles twice, that's phenomenal. Andrew Heaney's been dealing, Sonny Gray has not. The offenses are very close, so as far as I'm concerned, the starting pitching, that can make the difference in this game. Next, the Diamondbacks. I'm taking them over the Nationals. Zach Gallen has the slight edge over Mackenzie Gore. It's just a small edge in pitching. But the Diamondback offense has a higher batting average. They produce more runs. They get more home runs. They have a higher on-base percentage, and they have a higher slugging percentage. I'm taking the Diamondbacks to win this one. Next, the Red Sox over the Mariners. Despite Brayan Bellos, pitcher for the Red Sox, despite his 5.27 ERA, he has held the Yankees, Dodgers, and Royals each to 3 runs in his last 3 starts, holding powerhouse offenses consistently to 3 runs. That isn't bad at all. As soon as the Red Sox get George Kirby out of the game, George Kirby is a very good pitcher, the starter for the Mariners. As soon as he's out, their offense, the Red Sox offense, should take over. If you look at the comparison between the offenses, the Red Sox is going to be the first number, the Mariners is going to be the second. Batting average, 259, third in the MLB, to the Mariners 218, 30th. On-base percentage, the Red Sox are ranked 5th, the Mariners are ranked 26th. Home runs, the Red Sox get the 7th most home runs in the MLB. The Mariners get the 10th most, so not a big difference here. But the last one, the Red Sox are 7th in runs in the MLB, and the Mariners are 28th. The Mariners, they've truly shown that great pitching can give you a respectable record. If their offense wasn't near the bottom in the league, they would be a very scary team. Their pitching has been phenomenal. It's going to be very difficult against the Red Sox lineup. I'm taking the Cincinnati Reds over the Chicago Cubs. ESPN heavily favors the Reds, but the matchup looks very close to me. The stat lines seem identical for both teams. Other than hits, the Cubs have nearly 40 more home runs. The Reds have about 10 more. In slugging percentage, the Reds is about 20% higher. But other than that, the numbers look nearly identical. The only difference, Kyle Hendricks, the starting pitcher for the Cubs, has a 6.95 ERA. For that, I'm taking the Cincinnati Reds. Next, give me the Houston Astros to beat the Pittsburgh Pirates. Houston's offense is much more productive than the Pirates. Then if you look at the if you look at the offense's numbers, if you look at the offense's numbers, Houston is 2nd in batting average. The Pirates are 26th. Houston is 10th in on-base percentage. The Pirates are 27th. And Houston is 12th in runs, and the Pirates are 23rd. When you're putting up that many runs, it's going to be very, very difficult for the Pirates to keep up. On top of that, if you look at the pitching matchup, Framber Valdez, pitcher for the Astros, he has a ERA of 3 at home. Meanwhile, Martin Perez, pitcher for the Pirates, he has an ERA of 6.44 when he's pitching at away games. So Framber Valdez is 5-2 at home. Martin Perez is 1-3 when he's away. everything says the Astros should win this game. Next, I'll take the Padres over the Dodgers. Clayton Kershaw has only started one MLB game since his return, and the Padres' offense is solid. It's difficult enough to come back, specifically pitching in the MLB after an injury, even when you work your way up through the minors, to jump right back into starting pitching. It's not easy. You need a couple games just to get your arm back in the shape that it was. On top of that, Clayton Kershaw is facing the Padres, who have been phenomenal. But Dylan Cease, these are his numbers in his last 3 starts. He's given up no earned runs in 22 innings pitched, 2 hits, 7 walks, and 30 strikeouts. He's pitching phenomenal. This might be the best 3-game stretch Dylan Cease has had. The Dodgers' offense will make it a struggle. Cease's numbers might not be as pretty as this. I'd be shocked if they were, but Cease is on fire, so he's still going to keep the production that the Dodgers make low. On to the last 4 bets. First up, I'll take the Angels over the Rockies. The Rockies have the edge offensively, but Kyle Freeland consistently allows traffic on the bases. His numbers have not been pretty. Nothing about his pitching has been very pretty lately. He gives up a lot of traffic. If Freeland doesn't last long, the Rockies' bullpen won't be much help. The Rockies are 30th in ERA, dead last in the MLB. For that reason, I'm taking the Angels over the Rockies. Next, the Rays over the Marlins. The Marlins pitcher is undecided, but the team ERA is 25th in the MLB. So it doesn't seem to matter who they might put in if they have a bullpen day. Then the Rays starter, Taj Bradley, he is on fire, a 2.45 ERA overall. In his last 20 innings, which is 3 starts, he's given up 8 hits, no home runs, 5 walks. He's gotten 20 strikeouts, no earned runs, and no runs at all. Taj Bradley has been on fire. Then compare that to the Rockies' shaky pitching all over. The Angels will win this one. I'm taking the San Francisco Giants over the Oakland Athletics. The Athletics pitcher, Ross Stripling, is struggling. He has a 6.02 ERA and 22 earned runs in his last 5 games. Now Logan Webb, he hasn't been hot either, but at home he has an ERA of 3. So if there's a game to catch his stride again, it's this home matchup against the Oakland Athletics. Offensively, the Giants tend to produce more base runners and runs on top of that, but the Oakland Athletics, they're a home run hitting team. The threat of the deep ball is always there. The Giants have to keep traffic off the bases and keep the Athletics from hitting home runs. I think they'll be able to do that. I'm taking the Giants over the Athletics. So that's all the games for today. Thanks for tuning in and listening. I hope this pans out. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm going to make some hash browns.